Good evening, and welcome to a Mitch'nandMauck'n about the Cardinals podcast. I'm Mitchell. I am joined as always by the mouth of the West, Tyrell Mock. Normally you get a bombastic entrance with a little innuendo there. Not on this day. Tonight's show is a funeral episode. Tonight, we mourn the 2026 baseball season. After a 4-0 in the bottom of the ninth choke job leads to a 6-4 loss, following Friday night's great comeback, followed by a loss, and then a Saturday Philly ass whipping. So when we last met Sunday night, we said, hey, this is the biggest series of the season. You got to go 2 out of 3, which conceivably they could have. But instead, a sweep at the hands of the Phils, 5.5 back, 6 when the night is over. Is it time to pour one out on the season?
Yeah, pouring out for your homies. We'll see you later. 2026, it was fun. It was good while it lasted. We knew this end was inevitable. We weren't expecting to win. We knew something was going to go down. And also, we put 2 pitchers on the IL. So, starters are out. I think it's been a fun run.
More on the pitching here in a second, but to kind of jump ahead to our next topic, is this club as a whole just out of gas at this point? I mean, they rode that pony until it died, and now are they over? Is it done? Is there still a chance? I mean, there's always a chance it's baseball, but at the same time, is it time to look ahead? Because the bullpen is gassed beyond belief. The starting 8 or 9 players look exhausted, especially after, we just came back. We just put 4 runs up against arguably the National League Cy Young frontrunner, and then 2 choke jobs in a row. Is it over? I guess let me put it simply.
Uh, I never say never. I am an eternal optimist. Season's not over yet. There's still some games to play. I think that, yes, you have smoked your team, the 20 games in 20 days, and then you had this big road trip right here. There was like 10 games in 11 days, or 11 games in 10 days. Was pretty tough on this team. You can kind of see it, but I'm not going to let that be a crutch. You should always play better than that. And you can also see how young they are, letting games get away like they have. So I think they're going to play the role of spoiler from here on out. Going to win some ball games, but they're probably out of this wild card run, and now they're just going to play. Let's beat up the Cubs and Brewers and wreck it for everybody else.
30 games left, 5.5, not super insurmountable, but at minimum, you got to play 667 baseball, 20-10, which they haven't really been capable of, at least the second half of the year. And it's not really the games back as much as now you got to jump 3 different teams to get into the wild card spot. And I think that's where you're going to find your outlier on it being difficult.
Absolutely. It'll be kind of interesting, though, to see how these other teams react because, I mean, Keltel Marte is still out with the Diamondbacks. I don't understand what's going on with that situation. They're in the wild card run. Their best player isn't showing up for the baseball games anymore. I'm very confused by that whole situation. So there's a team you might be able to jump. But I'm never out of it. I mean, was it the 25th of August? The 11 World Series team was out with 10.5 games back, and they came back and won the World Series. So never say die. Never say never.
There's a big difference between that 11 team and this one, though.
Absolutely. Yes.
That one was a team that underachieved all year, had multiple injuries, etc. Hall of Fame manager, Hall of Fame catcher, Hall of Fame first baseman, arguably a Hall of Fame ace in Chris Carpenter. Matt Holliday is a borderline Hall of Famer, in my opinion. Like, come on, man. There's a massive difference in the two.
I know, but I guess I'm just using that as an explanation to say you never know what's going to happen. Anything can go down. Hell, they might lose an ace. You never know, and it's going to wreck the team. So you never know.
In the 30 games left, 3, 6, 9. There's only 9 of those against potential playoff teams. You got 3 against the Dodgers, 3 against the White Sox, and then 3 to end the year against the Brewers. So that is kind of favorable. This week, finally back at home, our buddy Steph Carey on the call for the Baltimore series in the middle of the week. So that'll be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to Steph. And then Pittsburgh, and before another West Coast trip. Baltimore kind of scuffling. maybe, maybe there's a chance there to kind of get back into it. But you'll see Ollie's leadership, in my opinion, on how they respond. Can you lead men when something bad like this has happened? There are people all over X calling for his head, naturally, because O'Brien was struggling and he didn't go to the hook.
He's arguably your best pitcher out there. They've already used Soriano, so you can't do much with that. I mean, we've always Ollie has gotten a lot better since that first 22 series against the Phillies. He has arguably became a better manager. Do I still attach him to the last regime? Yes. Am I okay with him being the manager right now? Yeah, he's fine. This isn't a team that we thought was going to be extraordinary this year. They've turned out to be exemplary and just massive amounts of upswing in what we expected. Uh, I don't think he's going to be the manager that leads them past much more of this growing up. I don't think he's going to be your World Series winning manager. But man, he's your best pitcher out there. You got to keep him in. I know he was struggling. Probably should have got the hook, but you know what? On it and own it.
Which brings up another question. Why was Riley O'Brien not moved at the trade deadline? He's trash on a good day, and now he looks like the rest of the team. Just the tank's empty, man.
I don't think the interest was there for O'Brien, is what I think. Or they were asking just an exorbitant amount because he was your National League save leader at the time. So he should have been moved. He's 31 years old. I'm surprised they hung on to him, but that's probably why he didn't move because there's probably not a team that wants a 31-year-old reliever who's finally got it in his 31 season.
And a closer who goes on stuff, not blow away.
Yes. Yeah, he does not going to blow you away with anything. It's going to be stuff and movement. If you're off on your movement, you see what happens. I mean, granted, they always say that the last Schwarber was the hard hit first, the one that hit the hardest. But yes, it was. But I mean, they're still getting through, man. Like, so there's times I've always been afraid of Riley O'Brien because he just throws the stuff and not gas. And stuff you can lose.
And he had thrown 40 plus pitches. He didn't have it today. And that's just something that they should have recognized earlier. But when your starter only goes four because now he's on a pitch limit and the rest of your bullpen is just tanked, this is the result you're going to get.
And this is what I always do not understand about pitch limits and everything like that. You know that pitcher is going to be your starter. Why do you not limit his innings at the beginning of the year and not the end of the year? I understand that they didn't think they were going to be in the playoff hunt at this time, but every team does it this way, and it is asinine to me. Go for a 6-man rotation in the beginning of the year when it's easier to get into that stuff, and then after the All-Star break, oh, look, you got innings to use.
That is an interesting theory that no one uses. Because there's so many off days in April and things like that. But yeah, everybody wants to manage counts and innings on the back end, but never on the front.
Never. I do not understand that. Like, do your due diligence on that. Like, you can have this guy in case you have a playoff run. Hey, he's got, 20, 30 extra innings in his arm that we didn't have to get rid of in March, April, and May when games are meaningful, but series are what really count in that time of times.
But now you look at this, they've been relatively healthy in the rotation for the better part of 3 years. You lose two pitchers essentially on back-to-back nights in Palante and now Hunter Dobbins. Leahy's on a pitch count. You got to throw Matthew Liberatore out. Let's talk some late season arm options. Our West Coast insider sent a text saying there are some internal conversations regarding 3 guys, and I kind of want your opinion on these 3. They've all been DFA'd. They're in baseball limbo for a couple more days. The first one is Michael Lorenzen. Cincinnati, he's been a Royal. Okay arm, was a two-way player for a minute. That's a first choice. The second one is Germain Marquez from the Rockies. He's a wild card. But the last one, and the one that's going to make people cringe, but the one in my opinion is most likely, is Miles Michaelis.
Please no. But you know what you're getting with Michaelis. I never wanted to see him back in a Cards uniform, but he's gonna give you 6 to 7 innings of 4 earned runs, sometimes 7 other times. I mean, if you're just trying to eat innings, then yeah, I could see it. you're exactly right. It's probably the one that's most likely to happen. Herman Marquez, I like, was a front runner up there in that Rockies rotation for a while. So his the arm plays and just having a bouncer. Lorenzen, I don't know. I mean, why not? Because he was a former All Star, so there's something there. And I wish, but we're also not in the Dave Duncan area where they can rehab these pitchers and get them to doing different stuff. I would be interested in all three of them. Miles being the last. I would rather go Herman and then Lorenzen and then Michaelis because I do not want that dude. Just I booed him and I don't want him back.
He's 3-9 with an ERA hovering around 6. Speaking of Nicholas, he makes the most sense just because of the familiarity factor. You can bring him in on a minimum. You've got to get through 6 more turns of the rotation to finish the year. The only other choice is really Cooper Hooperjay.
Yeah.
And other than Quinn got roughed up last night, he had to wear it.
Yeah, because you have no bullpen because you've gassed them this series.
You keep trotting Libby out. You still have McGreevy, who's about to hit his limit. I wouldn't surprise me if Leahy is shut down before, probably in September, when the roster expands, because it will be meaningless baseball at that point.
But we've already
Yeah,
kind of talked about that. They have no pitching to bring up to help this staff. Like we were talking about bringing Quinn up as the pitching selection, and he's already up now. So who else are they bringing up to help with this?
Fitz is hurt. You got Harangelo Crenente, who could come up maybe, or you go make a claim on a Miles Michaelis just to eat your innings.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to add extra stress to your minor leaguers. Sign a veteran for minimum and bring him in for familiarity and go with it, and know that you've pretty much just chalked it up. There's the season you're going to play less than 500 baseball.
You hate to punt with 6 weeks left, but at the same time, the punt team might be headed to the field at this point.
Yeah, like you said earlier, this is the most critical series of this season, and they got swept hard. And you could tell just veterans on that team of the Phillies, they just kept their cool, got their hits when they need to get their hits, and just pounce when they need to pounce. And it was just Cardinals couldn't keep the gas going on that.
You're kind of looking at the 40-man roster on who could help. There's not a lot of help here. Roby's still hurt. Sevenson's down there. Rajic is on the 60-day IL. Bryson Motts has actually been moved to the pen, so he's not stretched out anymore. Do you give Gracefko a couple starts because he's a warm body at this point? The
A
40
bullpen
man,
game.
no help whatsoever. But I do believe you only have 39 guys, so they could make a move somewhere.
That was Michaelis.
It's Miles Michaelis. It's coming. All hail the Lizard King.
He hath come back. You know what? Watch this guy come in and pitch, go 3-0 with a 2.8 ERA and just be like an ace.
And get a fucking contract for next year.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the Lizard King. That's how he works.
Let's talk about Josh Baez for a second. Let's get away from the pitching. Let's talk some Baez. Tyrell, the hype has died down immensely. 36 at bats now, hitting just 139. All those 5 of those hits, 4 of them are home runs, so he's got the power. But he is striking out at a tremendous clip. 14 Ks in those 36 at bats. That's not going to get it done, my friend.
No.
What do you think he projects to long term? Can he get this fixed, or is he going to be a true outcome guy?
No, I think he's going to get this fixed. I think he's going to be probably a 275 hitter, but still have 140, 50 strikeouts a year. I say that knowing that we're eclipsing 200 again and just realized that. No, I think he's going to bring it down to around the 25% mark when he's going to do on his K rate. So I'm not that worried about it. You can see the power plays everywhere. I think he's just having to adjust to big league pitching. And it is apparent that now he can hit a fastball. Man, did they got him. He's looking sometimes and he's not guessing. So he's got to do some adjusting on his eye.
I will give them credit for continuously running him out there. And just like, you're not here to watch, you're here to play. The glove leaves a lot to be, desired in left field right now too, but it's part of the learning process. And If it's not going to matter, you might as well just run him out there.
Mhm, mhm.
Let's take a look at the other bias, though. He hit Jesus Bias a 4-homer day in Springfield today.
Go.
I
That's the guy you're
believe
touting, buddy.
that is the first time a franchise has had two guys named Jade Baez hit 4 home runs in a season. So
That's
the Cardinals
crazy.
have that going for them, which is nice. Memphis is 6 games out of a playoff spot, mostly because all their help is in the MLB. Springfield is leading their division. They're up 2 games, and that's kind of where your wave of prospects are. Not a lot to talk about in Peoria and Palm Beach, which kind of goes back to the call ups. You looked at, we had an injury in the outfield. Fermin had to play there. More on Fermin in a second. But instead, they activated Ramon Rios, another infielder, and didn't bring up Victor Scott the second. That, to me, says everything you know about his future with the franchise.
Yeah, VS2 is probably not gonna see the field with the Cardinals again, and that's unfortunate. I really had high hopes for that guy. Speed, could add a little bit of power, could have been a sort of singles hitter. Was really excited for him at the top of the order and stealing bases and bringing excitement. But you're right. I don't think he's got too much of. I think they're going to move a lot of people this winter. I think there's going to be a lot of movement this winter.
His last 30 games, he's hitting 219, 17 strikeouts to 10 walks. He's only stolen 4 bases out of those 16 hits. He's probably a candidate to be moved.
Yeah.
Gorman probably in the same way. I don't know if either of those guys get called up next week.
No, because why would you? You don't need the help in the field. You need the help in pitching.
Maybe Gorman could be a left-handed pitcher. I mean, at this point, you got to try anybody, right?
Yeah, hell, Mason Wynn was a two-way player for a while.
And there's another guy who's hurt. He's getting an MRI in St. Louis tomorrow. Wouldn't surprise me if he was shut down. Oh, I just pulled up Gorman's stats. He's hitting .50 this week, and in his last 15 games, .70. Yep, he's not going to see he will not be seeing St. Louis this season. And let's look up JC just because why not? Let's be miserable together. So JC hitting 192 over his last 15.
Well, they're not going to see the big league field for a while.
Those are 3 straight misses, my friend.
Yeah, yeah, they missed on all of this. And I had high hopes for JC too. Uh, all he does is hit. What you heard
Not
coming up.
close.
Yeah, it's not now.
He's essentially a 4A player. He's not even a good depth piece. He's been passed on the organizational depth chart by your man Jose Fermin. This is a kind of a partial old man yells at cloud. Jose Fermin playing center field. I know there was a couple injuries Friday night, but that cost him the game.
Absolutely did. Absolutely did. And I was furious going, why the hell is Jose Fermin out in center field? You have so many other people to play with a better glove than he does. What are you
Who are
doing?
you going to put out there?
Church.
Church was taken out of the game at that point.
I know. I forgot that. And I was so mad. And I don't understand why you're going to defensive replacement is Jose Fermin. He is a utility player. He's not a super utility. I know he had a home run today, which meant a moot friggin' point at this time because they lost anyway. So whatever. I am tired of seeing him out there. I know there's nobody else to bring up, but he is not a starting Major League Baseball player. He is a pinch hitter. He is a utility guy when another guy needs the day off. Starting him out there every friggin' day is asinine and frustrating to me, and I do not know what you're trying to do. You're very much not trying to win baseball games. Are you just trying to build his confidence up and make sure that Jose Fermin, hey, great job, you worked hard. Go sit your ass down. Brian Torres, you know what? You're a batting champion, but you sat down. We're going to keep playing Fermin.
To be fair, he does well in his job. He does great in his job as a pinch hitter.
Yes, he does.
He is the good 26th man on your roster.
Yes.
But because of how beat up and banged up the roster is, they are rolling him out daily. And you are seeing it in the field.
Yes. And I do not understand it. Like, he's not going to be part of your future, guys. Why are you playing him as much as you are? But I'm not a general manager, so they must know something that I don't.
He's a guy another guy I thought should have been moved at the deadline because he's a nice bench piece for a contender. Real nice bench piece for a contender.
Absolutely, he is. He'd be great for a contender. To me, he is Mart Lemke. He's that guy that's going to like do what he can in the first part of the season, but during this World Series and everything, he's going to light you up and hit 400.
But he's starting 5 days a week in St. Louis, right?
Yes.
Great for Jose Fermin. Good work if you can get it, but He is not a part of the future. Ugh. And tonight's old man yells at cloud. Tyrell, let's talk back to school costs. Your daughter not quite there yet, but currently in the United States, the average cost is between $600 and $875 per child on K to 12 back to school supplies.
Come again?
600 to 875 per child for back to school supplies, including electronics, school supplies, clothes, shoes, etc.
No wonder my parents hated back to school season so much then. I did not
And
know this.
we are fortunate in my daughter's district, my wife teaches there, that their school supplies are all paid for. You got donations. Someone has it. And that's a blessing and a curse because it's great. We don't have to buy them. We are thankful for that. But if your kid wants the nice markers, you buy them, but they go into the communal pot. Yeah, what's your thought on communal school supplies? Like, hey, I buy my nice kid the good stuff. I worked XYZ so my kid can have this stuff. And that is thrown a bin.
No, 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 no. Granted, the school should have communal stuff that if kids don't have them, they can go use. But no, yeah, if it's on the list, my kids is his or theirs, not yours. Sorry, that's what they wanted. I'm not no communal thing. Like, sorry, I don't. I'm not a fan of that one. That's my little Republican coming out right there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a free loving hippie, man. And I'm just like, we paid $13 for that box. Like,
Yeah.
not the $2 stuff.
So sorry, I don't want your Dollar General stuff touching my Target stuff.
And I'm not an elitist, man. Like, trust me, like I get it, but at the same time, like the communal school supplies is a rant. But just the cost, like everything else in life, it's the cost. Back to school, we were at Target yesterday. We needed a couple things. I don't know how most Targets are set up. The line at the Columbia Target ran from the registers past the makeups into the grocery section at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon.
We're from a background. If you get more than three, you're supposed to have more cashiers going. What's going on with that?
They had 4 lanes open in self check.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it was off. But finally tonight, let's blind rank. Tyrell, there's only 4 here, the best years in high school.
Oh,
This is easy. You know what's coming.
yeah.
Let, let's try to throw you for a loop though. Let's go junior year.
God, junior year sucked. It's number 4 because you're almost done, but you're not. Senior year, and then you get picked on by the seniors, and they talk shit to you because you can't get there yet. Yeah, it's number 4.
Freshman year.
Freshman year's number 2 because it's new, and you get to be around the adults. And then, I mean, you're say you're a young boy and you're going through something, and you're around the older girls, and you're seeing what they're wearing. It's quite enjoyable.
Mom doesn't know why you're taking 5 showers a day.
At all, at all.
Where's the Jergens?
uh,
Sophomore year.
3, because I mean, at that point, you don't have a license yet, or you do have a license and you're the chauffeur for everybody else. And then popping pimples, you got zits still. Like, no, thank you.
The
Sophomore year
girls in
is
your
just,
class
yeah,
want nothing to do with you because of the senior boys.
yep,
If
yep,
you can't drive, you got no chance.
yep. Sorry.
And then finally, the easiest one, probably the easiest one we've done in blind rank, the senior year of high school.
It's number 1. I mean, it's like there's 0 fucks given that year for you, and it's the most free and relaxed you ever going to be the rest of your life.
It's all downhill from there.
Yes, it is.
You got PE like twice a day.
And,
And,
and we're from middle America where they have ag and stuff like that. So I could actually like work, not come to school till like 10 o'clock because I was working on the farm.
which is nice, the work release program. And then you
Yeah.
got like speech and drama or some bullshit.
You don't do
Zero
any.
pressures.
Yeah.
You're taking everything. Like as long as you don't colossally screw the pooch, you're gonna graduate. Then you're in trouble. But
Yeah.
man, for those 180 days, life does not get better.
God, no. I mean, all you doing is partying, saying goodbye to people, and getting ready for the next adventure. Just so like such a monumental journey that you're about to go on that is just gonna end in a train wreck.
And we'll talk about this in the spring. But did you have a welcome to reality moment sometime during your senior year where you're like, oh shit, like I'm about to be an adult?
Yeah, I had the reality check of I was gonna go to the Marine Corps, and the Marine Corps pulled up my medical chart, and they're like, "You cannot go to the Marines." So I had no backup. I wasn't going to college, so I had to like hustle my ass and get in, find colleges, and we're already half the year's already over, and I'm having to apply to colleges now. So yeah, that was kind of fun. Welcome to this is gonna be sucky.
Yeah. Welcome to the rest of your life. We'll be back next Sunday night to talk about some baseball, probably, maybe some NFL preseason, perhaps the Green Lantern series.
Our
For the Mouth
fantasy
of the West
drafts.
Tyrell Mock, I'm Mitchell Jenkins, and we will see you on Sunday.